Bae Talk, where the babes be talk. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
Gold on.
Transparency is the key. You got to be definitely clear on which one you're using. But I think it's a difference. I think the difference is, I know I've started getting, the older I become, and we losing so many people, and I don't feel like we pour enough. We don't nurture our friendships as much. You know what I'm saying? So I like to start telling my friends like I love them, and I even with my female friends, I'm like, hey, but not in a romantic way, but I love you, dog. Like I want you to feel appreciated. These are your flowers. I do value your friendship and time and conversation. So I think, but I have to do that statement every time, because I feel like every time I say it, somebody gonna think that I'm in love. I got the googly eyes, so I gotta be like, hey,
you gotta be like, hey, not like that.
Not that way, but yeah, I think it's a difference. I think that is the difference. I think in love, I don't know. In love to me is more like an action. Loving a person is more of a
feeling.
A feeling. I had another big word I was gonna use that, but I lost
hit
it.
me with it.
So I was on my TI thing real quick. I was gonna give you some big.
Come on now. I would have popped it up all at the bottom too, and it gave it.
Word of the day is. But no, but I think it's a difference though. I think and when people say it to you, you gotta ask them like, what do you mean by this? Because you could be dating a person, they could say I love you, but are they in love with you, or are they just have love for you?
Okay, so that's my question: is if they have love for you versus being in love with you, in your opinion, both of y'all, should they even be saying I love you if it's not like in love and you're in that dating scenario? Because for me personally, I don't want you going, Samantha, I love you, when you just got love for me. I want you to be in love with me when you say that you love me, because that's what I'm going to do with you. So is that,
I agree with you. I think that in a situation where you're dating, getting to know a person, the L bomb should probably be off limits until you actually feel that in love feeling for a person, because it's too easy to get confused. Mm-hmm. Like it could be kind of misleading. Like, oh, I love you, and I'm just saying I love you as a person, and I care about your well-being. But you took it as I feel for you, and now you probably gonna start saying it back like you feel for me, but I didn't mean it that way, and I'm not ready to go there. But so now it's confusion. So you probably should leave that off the table until y'all get to the level of love. Then you could talk about, I loved you back then, but I didn't want to say nothing.
Right. That's fair. I feel like that's how it should be. Because I think, I'm gonna say players, because not all guys do this, but players, like early on, they be like, I love you, girl. It's like, do you really?
Do you really?
Because I don't even love you. And normally women are kind of, at least in my experience, they're the first ones to be like, oh my God, I love this guy. I'm gonna marry her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the first to feel that. It takes men longer. So if the woman doesn't already feel that, it's slim chances that the man is truly in love with you. Just don't be throwing it around, like
don't play with it, and don't joke about it, because
I feel like that term is used loosely a lot of the time, the word love. And I feel like there is a difference, because I've been in like relationships where like, maybe at one point I was in love with them. I'm like, oh, can't see a life without you. You're great. You're whatever. But then things happen. I'm like, ooh, like I got love for you, but.
So can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. At that point when that changed, did you stop telling them that you love them, or did you continue?
Oh, I mean, I continue to say it because, like, I do love you.
You still think you love them,
right? But I don't.
Ooh, I
still love you, but I'm not in love with you. And I feel like in the past relationships I've had, like, we may say that, like, I'm in love with you. Like, it's not something you continuously like say. So it's like you mention it, like, yeah, I'm in love with you. Oh, okay, cool. And then we just this whole, I love you. Okay, yeah, have a nice, have a nice day. Good night. Love you. Like. That's about it.
But I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I think it's more of a bigger insult than anything else.
I would say so.
Yeah. I don't think I guess I don't look at it as an insult, because I'm like, it's how I feel. Like,
so if you dating a guy
Mhm.
Y'all vibing is strong. It's
Yeah.
real good.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden, you like, I think I'm gonna tell him I love him. And he'd be like, hey, I love you too, but I'm not in love with you. Wouldn't that feel like a little bit like, damn, like a damper? You know what I mean?
I know for me it would.
Yeah. I'm like,
I
what are we doing?
That's kind of like you saying I love you to someone and they don't even say it back.
I mean, that's essentially what they're saying. They're
Yeah.
in so many words, they've made it where it doesn't sound that terrible. It's just sitting in silence or being like, oh, that's nice. But
Like, that's cool. Like, I love you. Me too.
Right on.
Right on. That's great. Like, like if it was a scenario like that, I'm like, damn, like, okay. But if it's like he says I love you, but I'm not in love with you, who am I to tell you, like, feel some type of way about your feeling? That's just how you feel. Like, you're just
but
not
I don't
in love
want to
with
hear
you.
it unless you are there.
Yeah.
Here, I love you.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've had that done. So, I mean, but we never really go into the whole in-depth thing of like, oh, but are you in love with me? It's just like they say it, I say it back, we move on.
What do you think it means though when they say it?
I love you. I mean,
So you assume because there's no conversation that their I love you means that they're in love with you. But what if they just got love for you and you misunderstood because there's never a conversation?
maybe I don't know how it feels because in the situations that I was in when that word was used, we were living together. Like we've been together. So I guess I probably in my mind assumed that it was like I'm in love with you because I mean we already here, we're doing this whole thing. Like we in here. We good.
What if they just felt obligated because of all of those things to say it?
Damn, they should tell me. They should say that. I guess for me, I'm like a very open person. Like I'm understanding. So even if someone were to tell me I love you, which okay, I've had this happen. They say like Janae, I love you. I still love you. I'm like, I got love for you. But that is all. Like I don't tell them I love you too. I'm like, I have love for you. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I'm like, yeah, I still love you too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whoever you are, don't watch this.
Right.
I mean, if they get here, it's too late.
Hopefully you logged off by now.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't be. I guess me personally, I wouldn't be offended by it. It depends on. I think it depends on their delivery and how it's said, and like where we are in our relationship if they say it.
For me, love is such a deep and personal thing. I think you said earlier, Gary, you shouldn't play with it, and so.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear I love you unless you truly mean it, unless you're going to continue, because hopefully up to that point you've already been exhibiting that love in the form of action. So that's going to have to continue. Like it shouldn't just be like, oh, I love you, and you know,
I've said it,
and now
that is all. There we go.
Yeah.
Like it needs to be something that's continually acted out. So if you
And men will use that too as a form of being like, I love her. I'm gonna say I love her because we know it's gonna make a woman heart melt. We know it's gonna prick at some of the feelings and emotions, and we're gonna be like, I'm gonna say it just to see what she gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of men use that as a tool to like get a woman to open up, like to get her to finally let that wall down. And they do it in the wrong manner, you know, and then you stuck with it at the end. Like I didn't mean that. I mean I had love for you, but yeah, we suck sometimes. Like we kind of trash.
You know what? I wasn't gonna be the one to say it.
I mean,
I'm not a man basher.
Women are too.
Someone there people.
I can be one of those women. That's why I'm saying that. Otherwise, I'll be like,
savage.
Nah, but people in general sometimes are just.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're trash.
Everyone has their downfalls.
Yeah,
It depends on how now if you're doing it to be manipulative, like he said, like you're just saying it to try to get more out of that person and to pull on their heartstrings. That makes you trash.
Right.
But if it's just honestly just not how you feel.
That's different.
You can't help that. That's just how you just don't. You're not there yet. And who's to say that just because they're not in love with you at that moment, they wouldn't eventually get there?
But let me ask this: like in today's society, when vocabulary means nothing anymore, like what does love mean?
What does love have to do with it?
Like, that's what I'm saying. I remember like before I got married, people used to be like, "Hey, boo." I'm like, "Damn, I'm a boo." And then I found out that the boo is for everybody.
Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, boo is for everybody. Bae is for everybody. I'm like, ain't nothing special about me.
Yeah. Them good
I feel
morning
like-
texts don't mean the same.
Yeah.
It's copy and paste for like
I
15
really-
other people.
To answer your question, I think in any ways, I'm kind of like this, but words don't matter as much as actions do. So you can boo baby good morning me all day long, but the conversation we have, the way you treat me, the way you talk about me to others, those are actions that at some point, if I don't witness firsthand, will come back to me. And that's how I'll know how you truly feel about me, whether we're talking about romantically or friendships. Like, I've heard, like, whenever we all get in conversations, like, oh yeah, I heard Janae was telling me the other day that da. And based on how she, worded that and painted a picture of me to somebody else, that's how I know how she truly feels about me. When people talk about you behind your back, eventually it's gonna come around to you, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And so those are, like, people can decide how they're going to talk about you, and that takes actual thought and application to be able to decide, like, even though this is a bad situation, I'm frustrated with her as my friend, I'm still not going to be like, man, this bitch, da. Like, I'm still going to treat her as if she's my friend. I'll be like, yo, Janae got on my nerves, and let me tell you why. I love her to death, but that's different than this bitch, she did this and she did that and she can da. Like, that's also an action. Words can also be an action, and how people share those words about you, that's different. And so I think you have to, because men have done this to me. Baby, I love you. I want you to be my wife. You mean the world to me. And I'll wait for you to be ready and da. And then it's like, okay, what does that look like? So I watch for the next week, 2 weeks, month, 2 months, whatever. And you barely talk to me. You barely call me. When we do talk, you just want to talk about yourself. You don't care how I've been doing since we talked last. You got all these excuses for why we haven't talked, or why you're always late for things that you arranged for us. And those actions, I'm like, you don't have any kind of love for me. You don't want me to be your woman. You don't actually value the time we spend together, because if you did, you would make those things when you have time a priority. We're all busy people. Prior to COVID, we were all busy people, right? But if I take time out of my schedule to spend an hour with you getting, I don't know, coffee, tea, grab lunch, go grab cookies or ice cream or something, if I've taken that time out of my day to spend with you, you mean something to me. That's how I look at it. And so if you can't even take the time to call me and be like, hey, baby, I'm gonna be busy tonight. I just wanted to hear your voice. I want to talk to you, see how you was doing right quick. And if I'm not exhausted when I get home later, I'll call you then. That means more to me than like, oh, I want you to be my woman forever and ever and always.
People make time for who they want to make time for. Yeah. If you're a priority and you are someone they want in their life, they'll make time for you. Exactly. And if not, then you just ain't on a priority list. They got a whole list of things, and you just not the top five. There. You're just not. So
let me ask.
Oh, you go ahead.
No, go right ahead, because I'm probably going to switch to something else.
Okay. But yeah, it's definitely in the actions, and I feel like sometimes maybe it's just me, but there have been scenarios or situations for me where it gets confusing, where sometimes the words and actions don't match, and sometimes the actions show for X amount of time versus the words. So it's for me, it sometimes gets jumbled, because then I'm like, are you actually being genuine about what you're saying and doing? Are you just doing this for the time being? And then when you see me starting to feel like I'm fading away, or I'm ready to be done with the situation, you come back and act right. Like, for me, it kind of starts to get confusing at times, but it's definitely a consistency in actions and words that have meaning and hold water more than just
consistency. That was the key word that you said.
Consistency. But I feel like that's not a thing anymore.
Consistency, transparency, communication.
It's hard to find, because people, like you said, people will say stuff and do stuff just to, they have like a hidden agenda.
People don't realize how much stuff you'll be cool with if you're just honest about it. Like, we don't have to be booed up and hugged up, and like, if you like, hey, I just want to hit the movie sometime, get dinner sometime, mess around a little bit sometime. So many people will be cool with it. Yeah.
Like, everybody wants companionship, and if you're honest with how you want that at that point in your life, then you might find somebody who's like, me too. Let's be
each other's companion until
like the holiday
Holiday. I love that movie.
It was a good movie, but that was kind of the same thing. They were like, for holidays, you're my date all the time.
And they set their boundaries,
Right?
Until their boundaries got a little,
right.
That's the movie on Netflix, right?
Yeah, it's actually kind of fun. Like I would recommend it if
It was
Okay.
a good movie.
it's a good little movie.
It's
Okay, yeah, I've been on my holiday stuff. I watched Jingle Jangle the other day.
Hey, Jingle
I need to
Jangle.
watch that.
Jingle Jangle lit. I like it.
It's lit. The songs, the act, like
Yeah.
I keep
I'm
calling
gonna
it
have to watch
Bojangles, but it's
The quality of it really shocked me because I'm like, this is Disney Pixar quality movie.
Yep.
It's not from those big studios.
Yep. It's a really, I like all the songs. Like
they had a
it's jiggy.
stellar cast though.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. It was fire. What was you gonna
Yeah,
switch
it
it to, Gary?
My bad. I ain't gonna drive the boat for your show though.
No.
I just had a question.
Switch it up. Come on.
Did y'all see the clip from the Kevin Samuel show?
I don't know who that is.
Kevin Samuel is just like an entrepreneur, but he got like a little podcast, whatever, black guy, older guy. But he had a young lady come on his show earlier this week that was like she was looking for a six-figure man and couldn't understand.
Okay,
couldn't
keep going.
understand.
I think I've seen. I didn't watch the clip, but I saw like the little blurb about it. I think.
So it was a young lady. She was saying she was having troubles with finding a six-figure man. That's what she desired, and she asked him for his advice, and he was like, he was like, "What do you rate yourself?" And the young lady was like, she rated herself like a 5 when she wake up and a 6 when she put herself together, and he was like, "You don't qualify." He was like, basically, you don't qualify because six-figure men aren't looking for average women. And so it was a big debate, and he kind of was telling how she was average and how she needed to date an average man and what was wrong with dating an average man. He was like, "Ma'am," he was like, "You're 35." He was like, "That's older for a six-figure man, a six-figure older man." And she was like, "Well, I got this nice body and my body like this." And she was like, "Well, I think older guys wouldn't want to date, younger women wouldn't want to date older guys. So that's where I come in." And he's like, "Shit, he's like bullshit." He's like, "I'm 51. I can't keep them young hoes off me." You know what I'm saying? And so, like,
okay, Zaddy.
Not the young hoes. Not the young tenderoni.
So he was like, he was just like, man, he's like, "You're 35. He was like, "So you're on the older end of the spectrum." He was like, "You have a 13-year-old son." He was like, "You got a messed up baby daddy situation." He was like, and he's like, "You've only been making 6 figures for the last 3 years with your pet grooming business." He was like, "So why do you feel that you qualify for a 6-figure man?" And he was like, "And you just an average woman." He was like, "Man, don't make me say it." He was like, "But you're average at best." He was like, and she wouldn't take the advice that he was giving. He was like, "You just not listening to me." He's like, "You keep trying to say but. You keep trying to say but you're not processing what I'm saying." He was like, "Fuck it." He was like, the truth is, ma'am, you're going to die alone." And like, he fought, man. And she was like, "You being so mean." He's like, "I hate when women say I'm being mean when I'm telling you the truth. You asked me a question. I'm telling you the truth. You don't want to accept it. And now you're saying that I'm being mean."
I mean, he did say it
he was polite
about it at first. See, but this goes back to when you're saying it more than once. He said, "Shit." Eventually, he's like, "Man, fuck it." Let me just tell you. I mean, that wasn't exactly, I don't want to say, it was straightforward. It was pretty blunt.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I put it on my page. Like, do you think this is harsh or was it cool? And some people said harsh. Some people said they thought it was on point. But
so my dad used to tell me when I was younger, because I would ask him certain things and be upset with his response. And he'd be like, "If you don't want the truth, don't ask me."
Yep.
So you have to, when you ask anybody a question, be prepared for whatever truth is about to come out of their mouth.
yeah.
If you're not prepared to receive that, keep your mouth shut and don't ask that person that question. Because if you're not in a place to receive, period, you're not going to take that coming from anybody, your best friend, your mama, or a stranger.
Yep.
So if she asked and then continue to be like, "No, but, ma'am, you asked this question."
Yeah.
So his response to you is how he feels. And that may or may not be true. Time will only tell. But at the end of the day, you asked him his thoughts on your situation.
Yep.
And he gave you that with ample things to back up why he felt the way he felt. So
I mean, and it's all up to you and your self-esteem, but you already automatically rated yourself
average.
as an average woman.
Average. Who does that?
Who would say that? Like,
most people be like,
bad,
I'm a 10.
I'm a 10, or I'm a, or I'm an 8 at best. I'm a 9. Like,
right.
but she said, nah, I'm a 5 when I wake up and a 6 when I fix myself up. Like, you already.
And a 6, like you. So you spent hours in the bathroom and only come out as a 6?
To come out a 6. Like, you already showed where you set yourself. You already set yourself down.
Like you don't present yourself like a 6-figure woman looking for a 6-figure man.
Yep.
Yeah, and she kept talking about her body. She's like, I'm a size 3, and but my body, and I'm a 5, but my body, and it's like why are you selling yourself like that?
And that will only hold a man for so long.
Exactly.
Like, yes, okay, you bomb sex and all that, your body's banging, but how are you? Like, what do you like? And I don't know, Gary, you tell me. Do men care about whether your woman just looks average or if she's like a 10, or is that anything that y'all pay a lot of attention to, especially like when looking for a wife?
I think men are physical. You like me, I'm a little. So I always, like, I tell my homeboys this, like, we all want a dime, we all want a perfect 10. But if you're not a perfect 10, you got to have a bit of a sliding scale. You got to take a fine 7 sometimes, or you got to take a fine 6. And if you look up and get a 10, you just look up and get a 10. Like, I had a homeboy like that before. He was real big, wasn't in shape, slept with a CPAP machine, didn't have a lot of money. I said, but he was like, she got to have this kind of hourglass figure. I wanted to have her, but not too much weave, not too much. I'm like, bro, you not gonna find her.
For too much.
Yeah, like you can find a cute 7. She could get to a 7 and she can dress the rest of it up. But I think a lot of guys are physical. I don't think that's gonna get you married though. Like, despite what everybody think, they think men are physical. We all about sex and this and that. Men actually marry off of loyalty. Like we look at who there for us when nobody was in my corner, who held me down, when that one time I got locked up, who came bail me out, the one time when my family turned their back on me, I lost my friends, who was there for me, that woman.
I feel like that's not necessarily true. I feel like those are the girls that gotta like crawl through the mud and sewers, and they gotta help, like they said, like Gucci Mane and what's her name, Keisha Kior, like all them rappers, like the ones who have that loyal female with them from before they had money, but those are the ones that get dogged out the most, and even regularly.
They go through it, but that's because that's just us as men. It's a transition period for us. Like me, I was totally trash before 30. Like, totally trash.
Say that. A
lot
of people say that.
So it's like a lot of times, like for us, the 20s is an extended teenage period. So we still playing. We like, now I finally got a place. I'm gonna play even more. Now I'm finally making some money. I'm gonna play a little harder. I got the car I wanted. Now I'm gonna play a little more. And then when you get somewhere around 30, you start to be like, this kind of old. Like, I done did this before, and I want to build something. And so that's me. Before 30, I was trash. I used to be a bouncer at a club part-time, and I did a lot of trash activity. And I probably like, I ain't meet my wife till I probably got about 33, 34. So all them years between, it was karma. Like, every situation I was trying to date people in Dallas, they was playing me dirty, man. So I think like that's men though. I think we finally get older, get a little wiser, and we'd be like, you know what, she the one, because she held me down through my bullshit. When I wasn't the best me, she accepted me, so I deserve to give her the best me now.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think what the guy was saying about the lady wanting a 6-figure man, I think she could possibly find one, but I do think he got a point. Like, if you're a woman coming into a situation, a person period, with a lot of baggage, you got to understand that your value is a little lower. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing against nobody, but if you're looking for a high tier man, high tier woman, you know what I'm saying, and we got some little flaws ourselves, it's like she said she wanted a 6-figure man. So you mean to tell me what the average salary of most people is averagely about $40,000? So everybody from $40,000 to $90,000 is trash? Like, what about his heart? What about his personality? Right. What about his spirit? Like, that's out the window because he not at 100,000 plus.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I have a similar conversation that I've been having continually with one of my younger cousins, and her aspirations right now in life. She's only 19, so she got a lot of living left to do. But her aspirations are like once she graduates, she wants to get her own spot, and she wants to marry rich. Now she hasn't set the tone at 6-figure man like this woman has, but right, because we have conversations all the time, and I'm like, number one, a man that is a 6-figure man or rich by her standards, whatever that looks like, he has gotten that way because he knows how to manage money. He has self-control. There are a lot of other things that come along with being rich, wealthy, whatever that looks like to anybody, because it's all different for all of us at a certain point. And so I told her, if that is something that you aspire to have, you have to start building that now, because that rich, wealthy man to you is not going to want someone who's going to spend his paycheck as soon as he bring it home.
Yeah.
So if you become an expert at spending $100,000 in 5 minutes, they going to leave you because they trying to keep the money they got. Now they're going to live a comfortable lifestyle, but that doesn't mean you need to be out every day whining and dining your friends or, jet setting, all kinds of stuff. You have to bring something to the table as well.
Exactly.
And money management is going to be one of those things. So like you can't be out here just expecting to marry well and have a comfortable lifestyle if you don't know how to maintain that. And so
Man, that's so true.
It's crazy to me because people just think they just gonna come by a rich man and he gonna be like, yeah, boo, you cute, you got a nice body.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give you money.
You got pretty skin, gorgeous hair. You my wife.
But I think it's reality TV and movies stuff like that set the incorrect expectation. Because like Real Housewives of Atlanta or all them Real Housewives, Basketball Wives, all them shows, they make you think that basically you just be real beautiful, have a nice body, and
they're not even all real beautiful.
And a lot of them, like you just seeing end goal. I mean, you just seeing the finish line. A lot of them been with them for forever, and
they
put
built
up with all the dirt and scandals and stuff over the years. But that is something that like I hear a lot of young girls that say that they want to marry a rich dude or they want a dude gonna take care of them. And I just don't feel. I don't know. Maybe it's where I'm from. I don't feel it. Like I feel like always secure the bag for yourself.
That's how I feel, because just in case y'all ever break up or he decide to leave you for somebody younger, somebody better, prettier, whatever, because there's a possibility of that happening, you need to be able to have something for yourself other than, I'm just going to sue him and get some of his money so I can continue to live this lavish life that I've been living with him. Yeah. Like, you should want more for yourself and not just depend on somebody else to give you and make you a life.
Even like with rich guys, rich guys ain't chasing nobody down. They kind of have everything delivered to them. So they not going out of their way to have to court you and you ain't got nothing to bring to the table or you not exactly what they want or, she kind of cute, but she don't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are calculated men. And if they dating you definitely gonna peak what they want. And if they feel like you too much of a challenge, they'll just throw you to the side and get somebody new.
Somebody else who's easier.
Like rich men think they move different. Like they don't put the same fight in like us broke men. You know what I'm saying?
Not like us broke men. Because they got money and time. They feel like money can buy just about anything. Like
right. I need you to be dressed. I need you to be on this plane. I need you to be here. If you can't do that, you out. I need you to have sex with me like this. If you can't, you out. I need you to be looking gorgeous at all times. When I come home, ain't no wake up and you look ugly. You need to be looking gorgeous at all times.
On. You better wash some dishes in some big old heels. When I cook, I ain't marry no rich man.
And I think them rich guys too, they got control issues. They used to having that control. Yeah. So a lot of women say they want the rich guy, but you ain't gonna understand the man who coming in. It's like, hey, I provided this life for you and you good. I'm gonna go sleep with who I want to. What you gonna do about it if you want to keep getting this money? You got the big house, you got a nice car, you got all the money you want in your account. Don't say nothing to me if I want to go talk to somebody else. That's how rich guys move like that. Like they do what they want to do because their money is, it speak for them. And so, a lot of women don't think about that aspect, but ain't nobody just like, I'm so rich and so boring. Like, where is she? I need her to spend my money. Like, right. No rich man is having this conversation.
It comes with consequences. Yeah. Everything. being with a broke man, being with a rich man, being with somebody average. Everything comes with some kind of pro and con.
Yeah.
That's like the whole flued out situation. Like it's nice, but you got to think about that in its totality. He flying you out and dismissing you when he done playing with you. Like you just got paid for your services and you're getting sent back home. So is it a good thing?
Or who else is he flying out when you ain't there?
You're
after he done flying
prostitute.
You out. Yep. He just flew in a prostitute. Yeah, you may have got some, had some good times and stuff, but there could be another girl he flying out to fill in that gap where you ain't there.
That's just like Lil Baby got caught up yesterday.
Boy, so I want to talk. I'm so confused. Is he with Mimi or is he with Dad? Like, I just need to know because I'm so confused.
No, I'm talking about Lil Baby.
Oh, Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. He with
baby straight.
I need to get my babies straight because there's a lot of babies here.
Lil Baby, he with the girl named Jada. He got caught cheating. He paid a porn star like $6,000 to come sleep with her, and it was supposed to be hush money. Like, I'm just gonna throw you to 6. We gonna do us. I'm out. And he brought her like $6,000 and some alcohol. So as soon as he left, she got on Twitter and just got to being like, man, I got the best dick of my life from a rapper who barely said 2 sentences to me. And just went on to tell explicit details, and it got him out of character so bad that he was like, dang, you wasn't even supposed to tell nobody. Like, you supposed to take the $6,000 and shut up. So
all
like,
I heard was Lil Baby got some good dick like that. She had to go to Twitter?
Yeah, she said it's the best she ever had. And it's a porn star. So she shouldn't have had a lot of them through
her. Her better. Hey, Jada. I was like, wow. Well.
Now look, the Baby, he with both of them.
He with both of them?
That's what I think.
That's what I think.
He got them both.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised because some people are okay with having that arrangement.
A lot of dudes move like that ain't even got money. Like, they got a chick that they like to kick it with, and when they go visit their kids, they sleep with their baby mama.
I mean, because I guess sometimes baby mama, that's all she really probably want from them anyway.
Yeah, she wants the time or whatever. So a lot of dudes go see their kids, they sleep with their baby mama, stay at the baby mama house a couple of days, and then when they back to their...
Both of them in like in almost every one of his songs, Danny and Mimi. Mimi's name is said in like damn near every song, and he be talking about how loyal she this, she that. He's flying with her.
This is my thing. Like, I always felt like this as a young guy. If you don't really want to commit to somebody, why do it? Back to what we were saying. I could tell you. I feel like me when I was single. I could tell a woman, "Hey, I just want to go to the movie sometimes, fuck around a little bit, and that's that." Like, it's always somebody who like, I see it your way. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to string nobody along, play with their feelings. I don't have to commit to you. I don't feel like no man got to commit to a woman to get what he wants from a woman. It's too many like-minded people to accept what you're throwing at them. So like, what's the point jumping between these two women? Free one of these women to let her move on and meet the person she's supposed to be with, and go do you.
Yeah.
Stay single and do you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't make sense to me. I guess that's young guy stuff, but
it don't make no sense.
It doesn't. I think guys are so expectant of a woman to freak out when something like that is brought to the table, and they expect that across the board, so they just don't say anything. Because, like you said, there are like-minded people out there. So there's somebody that's on your level at the time of your life that you're in that will want to do whatever you have the capacity to do with her, and if she don't, she'll say no. And you, like you say, just move on to the next.
And I feel like it's different too if the girl, one of the girls you're messing with, is open with you and says like Gary, I don't know if you ever did this with any of the girls you said you didn't, but like if she was like, hey Gary, like I really like you, I'm feeling you, I want this, I want a relationship with you, I want to do this, like she openly tells you and is transparent with you about everything she wants, would you still be like, and like in your head be like, damn, I don't want none of that, but I'm gonna still fuck with you though?
You talking about Gary now or
I think that
answers my question. Oh my God. So even if she was being open with you and told you exactly what she's looking for, what she wants, you still be like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, all right, what's up?
Wow.
Like, I don't know. I feel like
it doesn't surprise me, but that's trash.
Yeah, it's I had trash behavior, but like. I don't know. I think a lot of guys
admitted to having trash behavior. So
I had to grow, man. I really had to grow up and look. I I took a year out of dating and focused on me. I dated myself, and I worked on. I looked in the mirror and really repaired things that I saw flaw in. And it's hard to do that because a lot of times when you're used to doing stuff, you don't see flaw in it. You just be like, that's what I like to do. Like, why should I feel ashamed for what I like to do? It was some of the things I was doing that I wouldn't want did to me. And I think that's a big thing with men too. Men will play that situation with a woman and play two women and act like he with two women because if he be open with her, he never want to accept the fact that she might come and be like, hey, I'm kicking it with you this weekend, but I got Curtis next weekend, so don't hit me next weekend. Men can't deal with that competition.
Yeah, they can't. They're like, what the fuck? What?
Because we would have that conversation at work a lot where it would be like one guy in particular would be like, I'm gonna have 2 wives. And we'd be like, well, can she have another husband? He'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Or I've had guy friends be like, yeah, my wife got mad at me because I came home at 6 a.m. I'm like, so would you be okay with your wife coming home? No, hell no, she better not do that. I'm like, so that double standard. So you can do it,
but she can't.
But she better not do it.
Yeah, I did that before. I got in trouble and shit.
Ooh, I bet you did.
I stayed after like 6. I was at the clubs though, but I was like, I'm going to the strip club, you know what I'm saying? And I stayed to 6. It was lit. I couldn't leave. The bottles was popping.
Not the bottles popping. What you want me to do?
I swear on a stack of Bibles, I ain't do nothing disloyal whatsoever. And I was just like, what's the problem?
What's wrong?
I said,
bottles was about to open another bottle. The music was playing.
I went live from the club. You seen I was there. You know what I'm saying?
You saw me.
But I was in trouble for a minute. I didn't get it either because I was just like, I think men like we think so simplistic. Like it's like, all right, I ain't cheap and I ain't talking to no new women.
No, I shouldn't.
Ain't nothing wrong. Everything should be good.
What's wrong?
I'm like 6 o'clock is just 6 o'clock. Like I didn't do nothing.
It looks. I think it's the way that it looks and the way that it's perceived. And
then it's a little bit disrespectful.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, it's disrespect. I said disrespect. I didn't even say nothing.
Did you check in though?
Nah.
See?
You didn't hit her with that, hey babe, we still out. Like for me, if I was still getting a check-in, if you would have hit me with a text or a little quick call, like, hey, we still out. I know it's midnight, 1 o'clock, but are you cool with me and the boys chilling until blase? Like, let me know what the move is, but don't just leave at 10 p.m. and show back up at the house.
That's the thing. Men be like, what? I didn't know it was 6, but I came home.
I'm like, man, I didn't do nothing. I was right there. I'm like, if you would have called, I would have picked up. Like I didn't do nothing.
So would you have been cool with her doing that, like leaving the house at like 9 at night, and you don't hear from her, talk to her, nothing, and she just popped back up at the house at 6 a.m. walking in the house, like nothing happened,
like low key, like me, yeah, I'd be cool. If she said, hey, the move is we going to the strip club. The strip club to me is like 1 o'clock. 12 o'clock in the morning, I'll be like, cool, go ahead.
I feel like a lot of men say that until it happens.
Well, see, I think I used to be super insecure. And so I used to have really bad trust issues. And sometimes it was just my mind getting to me where I'd be like, she trying to play me. And you know what I'm saying? And so I think when I got into this relationship, I had to put all of those insecurity thoughts to the side. So I'm like, even when I'm finna get worked up, I'm like, all right, G, chill for a minute, take a deep breath, think about it, just relax. You know what I'm saying? She ain't never did nothing unloyal. You know what I'm saying? Like she ain't never did nothing unloyal, so don't question it. Don't accuse her until you get evidence. And so I think that's how I move now, and it's safer that way because I'm hot-headed, and so I'll probably blow up a lot, and it's safer that way.
I think that's healthy because number one, that shows that you are consciously being logic about a situation instead of just letting the way you feel about something always drive you, which I think can be an issue for women especially. Because a lot of times women, they let their emotions drive how they respond to something instead of taking that more logical approach where it's like, he has never given me any reason to doubt how he feels about me. So
Right.
why would he start today?
See, and my thing, or just a personal thing, and I don't know if there's other women out there like me, so hello, hi. I've been told that I am impulsive with my emotions. And this was,
You know this.
I've only paid attention to it because a therapist told me this. I mean, I only saw her that one time, and she told me that. I was like, that's probably the best thing you said out of the whole hour I've been talking to you. But she told me, Janae, I've noticed that you're very impulsive with your emotions. And after she said, I was like, you know what? I had to like do a little flash, like a little Raven moment, and like zoom into my life. And I was like, you know what? I think she's on to something there. Like, I think I really am. Like, something happens and I react like automatically. Like, I don't know if that makes me hot-headed, but I'm like, this happened, I'm mad, and now I gotta go be petty and do something to you. Like, it's like just a straight reaction without actually thinking about it until after it's done. Then I'm like, damn, I overreacted a little bit. Like, I ain't have to do all that. But after that, the damage is already done.
Yeah,
So,
that's me. I probably could have been married like 10 years ago or something, but I was petty. I was petty, man. And you did this, okay, you did this. All right, I'm gonna do this 10 times harder.
Yep. And I'm working on it. I just want everybody to know I'm working on me. You should do that too. I'm working on it. So now
do
I'm
some
trying
self-love, man.
Yep, I take my time and I'm like, okay, like or I do what any other probably girl does. I call my friend. And I'm like, girl, tell me off the ledge because I'm finna flip. I'm finna just jump off the building because it's crazy. But yeah, calm yourself down. You gotta do that. It's healthy.
Yeah. I also think it's healthy to have a friend that balances you out, because like we do that with each other, because she feels things when I don't, and I give her logic to certain situations when she's like running high on emotion.
Yeah.
So I think that's healthy too. A lot of times people get so stuck in like, well, she don't think like me, so I don't want to be friends with her. But that person can really benefit you the most because they force you to look at things from other people's perspectives.
Yeah.
Because for me, like, she'll tell you, I don't really do that emotional type stuff. Like, don't come cry. I'm gonna be like, okay, there. There you go.
Calm down.
Okay, so anyway, like that's uncomfortable for me. But she has forced me in a good way to realize that's not the best thing to do. And like, I need to acknowledge my own emotions and be mindful of others as well. And that helps you just in any type of relationship. But
I need some friends. I don't got no friends. I need some friends. So I'll be like,
you just say that we're not friends on national TV.
Nationally syndicated.
I swear, like in my mind, I operate so like, I don't even know what to call it. Like, I'm so solo in my mind all the time, which is probably why I'm probably crazy at the same time. Like, but I'm so solo in my own mind. Like, I be to myself, man. I think it's like only child syndrome or something. Like, I just really be like locked in. Like, I got a younger sister, but we like probably 10 years apart. So we really didn't grow with each other. Okay. But I just be locked in by myself. So I'm like always like in my own head with my own thoughts, bouncing my own ideas. And then like, I done got burnt a couple times, like with people, like where I'm like, man, I ought to come to your house and shoot you, but I'm gonna let you live by just cutting you off. I'm gonna let you live. So I got Jesus in my blood right now, so it's the blood of Jesus that's cleansing me, that keeping me from coming over there. So it's like, I done had those opportunities, but I'm like going into 2021, I'm gonna make it a focus to start being more approachable and approaching more people. Because I'm like that at work. People be like, you're so quiet. I'm like, bro, I'm not quiet at all. But I just kind of stay in my little corner, in my little cube, head down. When it's time to go, it's time to go. But I'm like, I'm cool as hell. I'm hella awesome.
You are. You are.
Thank you.
Around more.
But I'm like, I was like, when we get back in the office, I got to start moving around and be like, hey, what's going on? So I be really like just focusing in my own head so much, but I got to break it.
I'm like that too, though. But I think good people recognize good people. So not everybody up there was good people. So it's probably a good thing that you kind of
you gotta observe first.
Yeah. Because I know a lot of people would say the same thing about me. Like, there's another guy that we work with who we had gone to happy hour one night, and he was like, Sam, there's a lot of men at the job that are interested in you, but you're not approachable. And I was like, okay. Like, that ain't the first time I've heard that. The right people will have whatever they need, confidence, enough drinks, whatever, to approach me when they want to. Like, I shouldn't be approachable to everybody. That's how I look at it.
Man, facts. Say that again.
Or, a man that's interested for whatever, I shouldn't be approachable to everybody because that means I'm too open.
I'm too approachable. I'm too approachable. It's too much. I'm like, okay, like I'm cool. Like I like to have fun, but those are the people that they take that as a weakness, and they're like, oh, I can get in, be your friend, and and then those be the people that burn you too.
Yep, they be the
quickest ones. Yep, they manipulate you, they use you up, and they suck all your energy out of you until there ain't nothing left.
But you know what? You can be approachable like you are, and just be mindful of that. And watch how people move around you, what they say to you and about you when you're not around.
Definitely do that now.
Because that'll tell you whether they're a real one or not. Like, there are people that I didn't know who heard others talking about me, and they were like, that don't even make sense. Like, I've seen how she interacts with her friends and moves around with other people in the office. What you're saying doesn't add up to what I've seen.
Right.
And so, I mean, people pay attention to that. So you can be approachable. Just watch kind of how you deal with people.
That's how I be, like, even like we're doing business stuff, like people will come and I'll be like, yeah, let's chop it up about business. But people sometimes just trying to get close to suck up all your ideas so they can run off with it, not give you credit for it and stuff like that.
Like all Bojangles.
right, exactly. Exactly.
That's always in my head.
But yeah, so you know what I'm saying, like that's been something I've been like, but this year I said I'm gonna be back out here. I'm gonna be more lively. Show off this personality.
We can do more little game nights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was fun when y'all
game night was lit.
Yeah.
Game night was lit. We gonna have to set one up.
Right.
Let's call True Kitchen and see if they'll let us get a game night going.
But hey, no twerking on the furniture.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
Tell them we gotta have at least a 2 twerk minimum or something. A 2 twerk per song minimum.
Nah.
We ain't gonna stand on your couch, but it gotta be some twerk.
I'm okay with that.
I might do a little bounce over in the bathroom.
I
might do a little bounce. But
we ain't gonna stand on your furniture and nothing. We ain't gonna smear up the glass, but we gonna dance.
We gonna dance. We gonna get a little jiggy. Well, I guess we could go ahead and cut it because I don't even know how long we've been talking.
It's been like 2 hours or something.
It feels like it's been like 2 hours. Yeah. Y'all pray for me with this edit. But
you got it, girl.
I got this. But this was a great conversation. We will definitely do this again soon because y'all are great. I love the both of you. See, I love y'all.
I love you too. Love you too.
I'm not in love.
But not in the relationship way. Not in a romantic way. You know what I'm saying?
I love y'all. But that concludes it. Y'all have anything else? Any closing statements?
No, man.
No pillow talk to end this off with?
Man, I mean, hey, we getting to it's 2021, man. Like I've been saying all week, I done posted on my page, I done posted on other podcasts. Man, look, this the year. Let's live outside of fear. You know what I'm saying? Do something outside of the box. You know what I'm saying? That you've never would have done, but you want to do, experience. Let's not stay inside that boundary of fear anymore. That's my word.
I like it.
Me too.
Sam, got any closing?
And I said fur because I'm from St. Louis, so I'm a little country.
Huh?
And I said fur because I'm from St. Louis. I'm a little country.
Yeah, you're good. I know. I heard it, so I'm good. I ain't gonna follow up. That's gonna be the way we end it. That's the pillow talk. Well, I appreciate y'all for being on my Bae Talk. Y'all the best.
Hey.
Thank you for the invite.
Hey, shout out to you, man. You doing wonderful with the Bae Talk. I'm super proud of you, man. We talked about it on the show, and you always followed my advice or asked questions or did what I needed you to do. So I want to give you your flowers and tell you that you're doing a wonderful job with Bae Talk. You know what I'm saying? And looks like you might have a co-host situation over there that might work well. You know what I'm saying? So,
I agree.
You know what I'm just saying? But
for people who also are so about this Crown Jewels 2021.
Yeah, I heard this.
Go Crown? I don't know what we doing.
I think we got an episode coming in January if you ask me, but
we cooking.
I'm here for it.
And we cooking. Ain't
faithful, avid listener. Like I'm
She
here
was
for it.
a faithful listener.
So
I
I
got
appreciate it.
the Spotify thing for the year. Y'all are my top listened to podcast.
Hey, we appreciate that.
So
We ain't dead. We just hibernating right now. But we coming back. 2021 looking amazing. You know what I'm saying? So we coming back with a whole lot of stuff. I got a whole lot of stuff cooking in the works. So
hey, we got to get together and talk about these things.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna find a way to end this. But there we go. Okay, well, this has been great.